Here you leave today and enter a world of
Mickey Mouse! A world of princesses.
A world of villains.
And heroes.
Raise your sabers!
A world of other worlds.
A world of all the favorites.
A world of throwbacks. A world of
for whatever you love. Infinite worlds await.
Open your eyes.
Think of the one place you've always wanted to see.
This is where our magic comes from.
They say if you dream a thing more than once,
Please, please, please.
it's sure to come true.
Everything you see exists together in the great circle of life.
There were stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
I told you she was tricky.
Life is full of possibilities. What do you want to be remembered for?
The world is in our hands, and we gotta do something with it.
I just want to say a word of thanks to all the artists, the workers, and all of you. The young and the young in heart. You helped make this dream come true.
Well, hello. You, and you. Welcome back into another edition of Raquel Lee's Virtual Tour Live. And yes, I do know about Patti LaBelle's nephew, and believe me, I'm going to get in on that. Shout out to Reese Wars, who has done a premiere of a video. So believe me, I know the story. We're going to get into that a little bit later on today because I want to tackle that today. Because how in the flying hell is your ass 65 years old and you think you're going to use this to have black people drag Patti LaBelle, where it's like, if we had to give one of y'all up to save the world, we would give you up and leave Patti LaBelle. Stephen A., I think you might have found your new debate partner for your MAGA-driven debate show, and Tim Scott can be the moderator because, child, he gonna need a job still, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to this song. We're gonna talk about a Disneyland stalker, Peter Pan. We're gonna talk about EDP 445 and a whole lawsuit that is involving Grape. Okay, so a very mature show for you this afternoon. Let's get to it because higher is waiting, low is available rather. But either way, we gotta go on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. We are broadcasting live virtually from the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. Thank you for that. Disney, of course. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is Me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. So I'm going to start this again. And we're going to get straight to it. So Eel of the World has a video talking about Tori. So Tori is a person who goes to Disneyland once a week. Okay. And she happens to, find Peter Pan her favorite character. I think Tiana's my favorite character just because it's Tiana, right? Hello. And the movie was fantastic and amazing and held in high regard because it was the last Disney, Walt Disney, I'm trying to think, Walt Disney animation movie that was hand drawn. That was the last one, right? So a lot of historical context, conjecture, and connection there. But they are saying that Tori is a stalker. And we're just going to watch this video. I'm going to give my commentary along the way. And then, of course, we're going to talk about EDP 445. And then, like I said, there is a lawsuit, right? From Raquel Lee. It's a negligence lawsuit. And wait till you hear what is in this. So trigger warning for anybody this afternoon. It's going to be a very mature, intense, and adult conversation. So I know that usually with Brainley's virtual tour, I always try to make it family friendly. I try my best to, even though this is adult content. But this one, you definitely just want to be watching by yourself. Okay, so we're going to kick it off with Disney. We're going to end it with Disney because this Disney lawsuit, child, we'll get there. So let's get to it, everybody. Here we go. All right, roll it.
It's me from the many videos that have been going around on TikTok. Yes, I had many interactions with Tony.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma.
By the way, if this woman is single, call me, beat me if you need to reach me. I mean, gorgeous. And I'll just say this, Tinkerbell definitely deserved more. I don't know if you guys remember, but Pixie Hollow was a part of Disney World and Disneyland. There was a whole, movie series about it. I think that movie series should come back for sure. So just wanted to say the beautifulness on this woman. And also, too, give you guys a little context, conjecture, and connection. For the longest time, all I could talk about was Disney growing up. That was about it. I couldn't, the range I have now, I didn't have back then. I was a child. Okay? I was a child. So, in the world that we are in right now, to be able to have anything to hold on to that could be of good joy and a majestic majesty, right? Of just being able to have a place to fall, I think that really should be protected, respected, and revered to the highest degree. But that's just my take from the offset. But let's keep going with this here. Here we go.
Well, also known as Eel of the World, or also known as a brunette version of Tinkerbell today. I don't have a wig for this cosplay, so my brown hair is just going to have to do. And you're going to have to imagine I have wings attached to my back as well. If you haven't been living under a rock, you've probably seen all the controversy over on TikTok about this girl called Baby Tony 99, who is a TikToker that constantly is just forever going after the Peter Pan characters at Disneyland.
No. You can have Aaron.
I want Aaron.
No, I don't want you either. No.
Oh.
Now on the surface,
I think Aaron is of the energy of somewhere over the rainbow road, way up high. By the way, shout out to Brian Hull for that great song. Let's keep going, everybody.
this doesn't really seem like anything. I mean, people pay to go to Disneyland all the time, and there's characters there that people take pictures with, and it's not just children, adults can go there and do this as well. So what is the big deal, and why is everybody talking about this? For the rest of this video, I'm just going to be referring to her as Tony because it's very long to be going baby Tony 99 every 5 seconds. So Tony is her. Tony is a TikToker in America who goes to Disneyland every single week and has been doing so for 10 years. The video that sparked all of this debate was one of her meeting Peter Pan. Her friend was recording it, and she appears to just kind of be not leaving him alone. It's a very uncomfortable watch, I will say. From an outside perspective of someone just watching it, it just comes across like this guy just kind of wants the interaction to end, and she's not really getting the hint. It goes on for about 5 minutes, and then the person behind the camera right at the end says, "So we'll see you next week, right?" To which he kind of awkwardly agrees, but he doesn't look too happy about it. This video, they gave him like a little crocheted or knitted duck thing. And this video is like really weird because he's trying to just kind of get out of it. That's how it appears the whole time. He goes and he finds other characters at Disneyland and tries to kind of like bring the attention into, from what I think he's trying to do, is trying to bring more people aware of it, as in like, this girl is here, have a look. But to be fair, we don't really know what's going on because none of us were there, so it's a little bit hard to speculate on.
This is great. What am I supposed to do with it? Okay. Is that what you wanted? Great. Wrap here. Hey. Well, now what? You have your prizes. I have my prize.
Now we'll see you next week, right?
Mm-hmm. She has received a hell of a lot of backlash for this. I will say as well, this isn't like a random account with barely any followings. This is a lady with like almost 100k followers on TikTok. Like,
so I want to show you the magic key real quick. Let me type in magic key Disneyland. I just want to show you guys this because, like I said, it's important that for people who feel like, oh my God, Disney World and Disneyland and all the Disney parks have, you know, EDP 445s in them and this, that, and third. That is not the case. It's not. Okay, there are a lot of Disney adults, and the spectrum of Disney adults go from the casual fan to the fan that is normal as can be, that they love the storytelling, they love the je ne sais quoi of the impossible becoming possible, and they really respect the lore of Disney. And then you just have Disney adults that, I mean, good damn, their placemat is Disney, their curtains are Disney, their, you know, shower curtains are Disney, they got Disney bath products, they got Disney plates, right? So it's a spectrum, but I just wanted to show you guys this video right here. Here we go.
A Magic Key Pass is more than just an annual pass. It's both parks. More time with your favorite pals. A day full of magic. Or just a walk in the park. It's more of this, plenty of that. And countless ways to explore the happiest place on Earth. Discover how you can multiply your magic with a Magic Key Pass. Only at the Disneyland Resort.
So there you go. That is Magic Key.
A Magic Key Pass is...
So that is Magic Key there. Shout out to the designer of that video. That was a great explanation there. So you have 4 different keys. You have the Inspire Key, reservation-based park hopper admission most days of the year, parking included. A limited Disney Photo Pass downloads, 50% off select dining, 20% off select merchandise, 25% off Lightning Lane multi-pass. You have Believe Key, reservation-based park hopper admission for most days of the year, 50% off parking, unlimited Disney Photo Pass downloads, 10% off select dining, 10% off select merchandise, 25% off Lightning Lane multi-pass. Then you have the Explore Key here. You have reservation-based park hopper admission select days of the year, 25% off Toy Story parking area, 10% off select dining, 10% off select merchandise, 25% off 25% off Lightning Lane multi-pass. And then you have the Magic Key, but you have to live in Southern California, but in zip codes from 90000 to 93599, right? And then, of course, right here, reservation-based park hopper admission select days of the year, 25% off parking at Toy Story area, 10% off select dining, 10% off select merchandise, and 25% Lightning Lane multi-pass. So that is that there. The highest key is the Inspire Key for $1,899. Then you have the Believe Key for $1,474. The Explore Key is new for $999. And then, of course, the the Magic Keys, Southern California, only $599. Stop. That is the Magic Key, in case you guys did not know about that there, okay? All right, here we go.
Has quite a large platform. The video I just discussed with the Peter Pan duck thing has over 20 million views. It's not like a small content channel that people are just picking up on. Like, this is an established, well-known TikToker. In some of the footage, he's backed up against the wall, and it just comes across like he is feeling extremely uncomfortable with the situation and is trying to diffuse it the best way he can. He even at one point gives her like bits of wood and like dirt from the ground as like a present back, because he even says, oh, so you've got a lot of leaves or something like that. The only way I can interpret that is maybe he's trying to even the score. Like, she's given him something, he doesn't want her to have that power over him of like giving him a gift, so he's just trying to find something to give it back to her, so then that way the gift has been given back. In the background of other people's TikToks, such as some with children, you can see her waiting with her friends, so she's not on her own, ready to swoop in and talk to Peter Pan. There is also a video clip where Geppetto points over to Tony in the crowd of a parade, sending Peter Pan over there, and then he goes and gets this little doll that she's holding and makes it fly around and then gives it back to her. But in the background of the video, you can see Geppetto covering his mouth. It's very interesting because the whole thing kind of isn't a clear-cut case. Like, she's not someone who's socially awkward and doesn't have friends. Like, she's there at the park with friends. She's got multiple friends that post videos with her. I also think it's really unfair to just kind of be calling her out, because if you're going to call her out, you need to include the person filming the video, you need to include the other friends. It's not fair that it's all just kind of lumped on her, because they're all, in my opinion, kind of doing it together. And they have even come out to say that it's not what everybody else thinks. Some people just have the wrong end of the stick.
Tony hasn't done anything wrong. Now you're probably saying, but she's been stalking and harassing this guy for 10 years. And while it's true that she has been visiting Peter Pan, the character, not one specific actor, over the course of 10 years, this girl has posted 978 videos across 2 social media accounts. And let's just assume that none of them are doubles, which most of them are. That's still less than 2 videos a week. And not all of them are even with Peter Pan. And it's not like she's meeting the same Peter Pan actor every time or following one guy around. She is meeting the character. Now, the sad thing about this is that Tony is one of the sweetest people you ever meet, and she absolutely does not deserve the hate she's been getting. The main thing I want to say about this, though, is that all the people who are saying that she got banned, or that Peter Pan got fired, or that she spent over $2 million in the parks, or that she does this because she's neurodivergent, all of these people are straight up lying to you for clicks and views, and they are making money off of your gullibility. You need to stop believing everything that you see on the internet. People are actively scrolling through 10 years worth of Tony's videos, commenting on almost every single one, and then have the audacity to call her a stalker. I guarantee you, those people have spent more time in the past 2 weeks interacting and watching Tony's videos than Tony has spent with Peter Pan. Like, who is actually the stalker here?
Now, I will say this, right? When you are a Disney content creator, right, you are trying to give people Disney I can't put it. You try and give people Disney in every shape, form, and fashion that you can, right? And so, with that being said, sometimes you do have to go back multiple times because you're trying to get the right type of content, right? For example, the people here, they are filming Happily Ever After, the great nighttime show that is happening from Walt Disney World Resort, right? And so, you know, you want to make sure there's enough variety within your content for people to come back. I do not believe that Tony would do anything to SA to abuse, misuse this, that, and the third, right? And until Disney says something, then this is a nothing burger to me, right? Because Disney is supposed to be the place where, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, that you're supposed to that you're supposed to be able to enjoy all of the park, right? So I want y'all to listen to this particular part, because Eel of the World says something very great here, very insightful, very clocked in, of a clocked in nature.
Very curated version of Tony's life. These are the things that she records and chooses to version of Tony's life, giving us a very curated before and after the camera is switched on. TikTok is showing us a very curated version of Tony's life. These are the things that she records and chooses to upload. It's not going to be everything, but of course, if she really likes Peter Pan and she's met him more than once, there's going to be more than one Peter Pan thing on there. And to the best of my knowledge, she hasn't actually broken any rules. There is no rule that says you can't keep queuing up for the same character over and over again and taking loads of pictures with them. There's no rule saying you can't come every week for 10 years. There's nothing saying that. However, just because there is no rule about something, it doesn't mean that someone's not allowed to feel uncomfortable. However, I do think having hundreds and hundreds of people just going and hating on this girl is not productive. It's really just bullying. Something I've actually noticed get left out of this conversation a lot is that the problem isn't necessarily Tony, the problem is Disney. And
I fully agree with this. Now, I want to give you some context, conjecture, and connection, right? Disney is at an inflection point right now where, you know, Universal is known for, how can I put this? Universal is known as the theme park brand where the adults go to play. And for that example, let me just show you this and then we'll be right back.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
So do you see how that's more for the adults? Disney is more known for nostalgia, right? So I think the darkest that they've ever done for adults is Villains Land, which just got announced at D23. If you missed the Horizon Showcase, it is here on our channel where myself, Florentin, and Phil Mecker, BFP Imagineering, watched the announcements live in real time and gave play-by-play commentary as well. So please check that out there. So I want to show you this from Mouse Info. Shout out to Mouse Info. This was a thing that happened for the 70th anniversary. Now, the last time you could have done this was on August 9th, right? But you had this key, right? And for that key right there that you see, $59.99. The key will save your progress and remember which lots you've already visited, even if it's on different days. You have until the end of the Disneyland 70th anniversary celebration to complete your quest, right? So then, of course, you go to different stations, and you put that key through there, unlocks the magic of each land, right? And there's a reason why I'm showing you this. As you can see there, the key actually pops up all of the different lands that you went to. It's really cool. And I do think there is more that Disney could do with this key. I may make a separate live on that, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, indeed, there. So we're just going to keep going here. And then right here is your pin, right? So you could buy 9 keys and collect all 9 pins, but that's a lot of money, right? But Disney has to be able to bring in new audiences. And so I think that Disney's in this weird spot of like, do we lean more heavy on our kids' family audience, or do we carve out something for the adults? Because before Villains Land, I think the most adult thing was the alien encounter, right? And that was too scary, so they had to get rid of that. So context, conjecture, and connection on this destination here. All right, let's go back.
Higher way the parks are structured allows for these kind of interactions to happen. When you watch a lot of these clips, there are long stretches where these interactions seem completely uninterrupted. She's able to spend significant amounts of time with the character, walk alongside him and interact with him without anybody stepping in. There's no security, there's nothing. In the background, you see little kids kind of waiting their turn and wanting to go over to Peter Pan and then not being able to because Tony is taking up his time. And that raises a very important question. If Disney is allowing these interactions to happen, why are we putting all of the responsibility on Tony? Disney has deliberately created an environment where people are encouraged to become emotionally attached to these characters. The entire experience is built around meeting them, getting photos, talking to them, getting autographs, and creating these little magical interactions.
I will say this was a very cute TikTok.
And there's also an interesting disconnect between the face characters and the mascot characters. There is a big difference between going up to Peter Pan, who is a character that can actually look at you, you can see his body language, you can actually have a human connection with him, and one such as Donald Duck, which is essentially behind a wall, and the most you might get is a hug or a wave. Disney also has clear rules when it comes to guest behavior. There are things you are explicitly not allowed to do, such as cosplay, because it might confuse children and they might think there's two Cinderellas.
And, you know, cosplay, for those of you who don't know, is basically the fact of you are basically becoming that character, right? And as much as Disney loves the fans, I understand why there is no cosplaying, right? Because somebody could come up to me and think I'm Prince Snipping, right? Or might think that I am, I'm trying to think of another Black character, Dr. Facilier, for example, right? So they want this to be a very cohesive experience. That doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy the experience. Now, of course, if you have a Green of Being shirt on, you know, Disney merch, then they can't really do anything about that. But
if Disney can establish rules around what guests can't do, surely there should also be systems for dealing with interactions that are becoming excessive or uncomfortable. If Tony isn't directly being told to stop, why would she think she needs to stop? From her perspective, she's visiting a character she loves, the performers are interacting with her, she's being allowed to do it, nobody is telling her that she's crossed a line, and Disney is continuing to let her into the park. A guest who visits every week, buys tickets, food, merchandise, whatever it may be, spending money in the park, is quite literally a valuable customer, and their bottom line is the money.
Yes.
There is a massive contradiction here. Disney creates an environment specifically designed to encourage people to idolize these characters and repeatedly come back to experience that interaction. And then when one guest takes that enthusiasm to the extreme, the conversation becomes entirely about her behavior and not about the system that set it up. If a performer is genuinely uncomfortable with a particular guest, there should be a system where they can tell management or security and have that interaction be handled discreetly. I'm not saying security need to charge over and publicly remove someone. It could simply be a case of a cast member stepping in, shortening an interaction, or redirecting the guest elsewhere, but ultimately the performer shouldn't have to deal with it themselves while they're standing there in character. We can question whether Tony's behavior has crossed a boundary, we can discuss the double standard, we can talk about parasocial relationships, but if Disney has allowed these interactions to continue for years and nobody involved has directly told her that there's a problem, it's difficult to place the entire responsibility on one guest for a system that was designed to facilitate exactly this kind of interaction in the first place.
I fully agree with that. And you guys know I talk about cultivation theory all the time over here, where basically the more you watch something, the more you become something, right? So if you constantly are in negativity, right? Like the people who are going to be reviewing that broken, dilapidated, and decrepit show on September 12th. And it's going to be round two of coleslaw or oatmeal versus everybody else, just like it was Melody versus everybody else. And then you get into your mental health not being right, other things are out whack, this, that, and the third. Then guess what? Congratulations, you played yourself, right? But if you are more into positive things and you can talk about anything and everything, and you're not confined to one thing, and you're not being upset that people are clocking your tea, right? When you can clock other people's tea, especially the same damn tea all the time, then, you know, you are consuming positivity, right? Now, this actor right here, I think he has the best perspective. The other one, it just seemed like a pile on to me. Let's watch.
One of the Peter Pan actors from Disneyland has actually spoken up about how the situation made him feel.
All right. Hi, everyone. It's me. From the many videos that have been going around on TikTok, I flew with Peter in Disneyland from 2014 to 2021. And yes, I had many interactions with Tony. So as you can see in the video, Tony's behavior did make me feel a little awkward and uncomfortable, but at no point did it cross any boundaries of what a character interaction should look like at Disneyland. She was very enthusiastic about meeting the character, maybe a little more so than most, but it never crossed the boundary of trying to get to know the performer. And so we need to end the discourse and the harassment and the online toxicity that is being aimed at her. She's doing nothing wrong. She's acting within all the guidelines of what a guest should do at Disneyland. It's a little extra and a little more than most, but she's within her right to do so. And the best thing that you can do with personalities that are a little extra is cut off their supply to attention. So stop the likes, stop the comments, and stop the sharing or the reposts. Again, what I say to you all, TikTok, is we need to end the negative discourse and cut off the supply to attention. This conversation of what is harassment between a character and a guest is not between any of us. It's between the performer, the company, and the guest. And to Tony, they're men in tights.
And you know what I loved about this man's response was he was like, yes, I will admit it was uncomfortable. It was a little much. You can pull back a bit, but she did not try to get into the man's personal life, who, was his name, where does he live, this, that, and the third, because we all know, shout out to Dominique Fishback in Swarm, which she did an excellent job in that. And showcased the power of, parasocial relationships and being too close to the energy of wanting to become that person, wanting to become, the fandom, right? So I wanted to showcase that. And also, too, I want to show y'all this here, right? So this content creator is absolutely great. Her name is Vangelino Scoff. So absolutely great. I love her accent. Just if you're not subscribed to her, subscribe to her. But I just want to look at the comments here. I think this is not 100% about her, but it's about raising awareness for the possibility of abuse for the position these actors are in. I think she just happened to become the poster child for how thin that line is as our society pushes to normalize that microaction there and whole legitimate way, and how people are affected by the way certain people act. I can see this kind of discourse evolve the term microaggression into subsections. Former Disney face character here, I would 100% take this person over the many, many, many parents that will physically, sexually, and verbally harass us. I've had people choke me and slap me, grab my butt, call me every vile name in the book, and management couldn't care less. So yeah, I prefer the Disney adults so long as they are respectful. Just a bit more context, since I haven't seen anyone comment about here. Face actors aren't allowed to cut short their actions, even if they're uncomfortable. Rather, they're not allowed to turn away or ask her to stop until their handler, a cast member who's not a face actor, ushers them along. That's why long interactions with one person end up dragging on and feeling awkward, since the face actors have to keep the match going. Without someone with good chemistry, it can get worse. Like the Mad Hatter in the second clip, he's an awkward character to riff off when you're not kooky and silly. Tony being so honest made him look awkward, since he wasn't bouncing off his jokes like other people would, and Peter wasn't chiming in. Alice isn't a loud character either, so it got more awkward since the Mad Hatter was trying to since it's Mad Hatter trying to bounce off someone who couldn't catch what he was putting down. Thank you for a reasonable take. I don't think Tony is malicious at all, but the internet's gone overboard calling her a stalker when, although she goes to Disney every week, she only sees Peter about once a month on average as multiple actors. But it's good that awareness has been raised for what other actors at Disney go through, like the princesses who get harassed or even SA'd. Right here, weighing in as a crocheter, because she is a crochet artist, that Amaguri toy with the air tag is absolutely correct. Amaguri doesn't have seams like that. Both pieces are warped in rounds, and you have to crochet around the air tag to close the inside of the toy. Look at that picture. It is absolutely AI slop and spreading the worst of accusations. Yeah, she's a bit much. I used to info dump about people about alpaca, so aren't we all a bit much at times? Absolutely losing it about your screen being haunted by a foot enema. So as you can see, there are people saying that y'all stop. Okay, now I'm going to read the response from Tony. Okay, this is from Wired.com. Okay, here we go. Make sure y'all can see it. Yes, you can. Okay, awesome sauce. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Viral Disneyland content creator defends her special friendship with Peter Pan. Disney superfan Tony Koscucci, has been accused of stalking her very character, sparking discourse about boundaries of park actor. She tells Wire the backlash is unfair. As a Disney content creator, Tony Kalish posts meet and greets videos with lots of Disney Differentland theme park characters. And that's also another thing I want to mention. Disneyland is the local park, while Disney World is the park for everybody else, right? So you get more personal interactions with the characters. For example, the beautiful Evil Queen, that shade, slayed, and everything in between. And should still have her job, Disney, quite frankly. Okay, she should be a part of the villains land. Okay, actually, you know what? Because of that new ride is going to be beneath the Evil Queen's castle, she needs to be the Evil Queen at Disney World. Let her reign, okay? And I hope that woman is still getting jobs because she did an amazing job. She should have never been fired, Disney. Just saying. Here we go. But her favorite is Peter Pan, a hugely popular character in the Disney parks. Peter Pan has a large internet fan base and is beloved for his spontaneity and playful interactions with guests, as well as his sharp-tongued and often brag personality. Kalish, a 27-year-old Los Angeles native who goes to Disneyland about once a week on her annual pass, loves making videos of herself with Peter, posting videos of herself playing tag with him or skipping around the parks. Kalish, who uses her middle name online for privacy reasons, of course, never thought that there was anything problematic about her Peter Pan content until August 2nd, when she saw that a video in which she gifted Peter a crochet duck keychain was getting a lot of attention. As the views grew from 10,000 rather to 1 million, the negative comments started to pile up. Slice that duck open and make sure there's no air tag inside, one commenter wrote. Imagine being known for the creep that follows Peter Pan around. Another says controversy unfolded. Her TikTok following more than doubled from about 50,000 followers to 125,000 followers. By the way, shout out to Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel says, don't lie to kids that everything's okay in the world. Miss Rachel, we stand for you. You are good people, and screw everybody who's trying to do the most to you. It is sad when a white woman is trying to defend kids for being alive and white people are going after her. That's sad, but it's not all white people. I just want to say that. We got 2027 and 2028, y'all. Let's just hang on in there and burn everything down. January 20th, 2028, okay? That's the assignment. Moving on. Kalish was surprised. She knows about the internet's and apathy toward so-called Disney adults or people obsessed with Disney movies and theme parks, with many accusing them of being self-indulgent, overgrown children. But she also doesn't think that her Disney fandom has crept into the rest of her life in an unhealthy way. She has a husband of 4 years and a full-time job as the manager of a big box retail store. She has no formal affiliation with the brand and just makes Disney content as a hobby. It's not like I'm going to the store or to my job thinking about Peter Pan. She says it's just that when I'm inside Disney, I'm able to release my inner child and the kid who doesn't want to grow up, and that's what Peter Pan stands for. But that's not what the people coming through her Instagram and TikTok accounts thought. They unearthed 10-year-old videos of her meeting Peter Pan at Disneyland as supposed evidence of her obsession. Even circulated change that competition to have her banned from the parks. Here's the blessing about Disney, right? Disney, while they have faltered in some ways, like for example, there was a kid who passed away and they wanted Spider-Man as the headstone, right? Because Spider-Man relates to death. Of course, the character would say, sure, go ahead. Disney did not want that because they didn't want their characters to be out there. So there was such an uproar, rightfully so, that there was a personal lithograph given to the family. Okay, so Disney has not been the best, but in the same token, we know that there are worse things that can happen at Disney World and Disneyland, at the Disney parks around the world, that this is nothing. And not to mention too, there's so many people that post childhood photos and videos of them at Disneyland and Disney World parks around the world. So really, let's roll on. They analyzed Peter Pan's body language in the video, saying it reflected his discomfort with her. They commented on her wedding video and expressed sympathy for her husband, accusing Kalish of secretly being in love with Peter Pan. Kalish's husband, a Marine, is more of a casual Disney fan, but is really supportive of her content, she says, though he prefers cars like the Queen to Peter Pan. Worst of all, Kalish says, someone figured out where she works and posted the address, prompting her manager to change her hours for security reasons. And that is going way too damn far of doxing. Way too damn far. Nobody should be going through that. And nobody should be calling on nobody to stop somebody from getting their bag. Always a loser. Like I said, Cynthia Bailey, Drew Sidora, and Cardi B is elevating Melody Cherie. Who's elevating you? You have a song called Leave Me Alone, but yet you don't do it, yet nobody is listening to that song. Moving on. It's definitely taking a toll on my mental health. She says, imagine waking up to thousands of comments saying you're a crazy stalker lady every single day. By the end of last week, Kalish was known worldwide as the deranged Peter Pan girl, the baby reindeer of the Disney influencer ecosystem, a reference to Netflix's 2024 Black comedy series about Scottish comedian Stalker. People really just took a 5-second video of me, Peter Pan, out of context and ran with it. She says the internet obsession with Peter Pan girl touches on a few direct internet culture flashpoints. The rapper spread a social media misinformation, the hysterical nature of TikTok, armchair analysis, and dogpiling, and of course the widespread loathing of Disney adults. But Kalish is not the first Disney content creator to be accused of violating boundaries of popular face characters. Disney's term for characters who appear in the park outside full bodysuit, unlike Mickey and Minnie. In the mid 2010s, a similar fandom crept up around Spilling Peter, a Peter Pan character performer named for his ability to spill with park guests, and with Tumblr fangirls document his every move. And in recent years, as the Disney influencer ecosystem has exploded on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, there's been extensive social media discourse about Disney fans potentially making face characters uncomfortable, even accusing them of encouraging them to break character by asking them inappropriate questions on camera, potentially putting their jobs at risk. When they are in the parks, actors must behave like characters at all times. So you guys remember the lovely Princess Tiana that is on Disney Cruise Line, right? If I'm by myself on a Disney cruise and I'm having a wonderful time and this, that, and third, I'm asking, so how is Naveen? You know, I'm waiting for Princess and the Frog too. When you him go have some kids, because we need a legacy going here, you know, stuff like that. That's not out of the realm of questioning, right? But also too, that is a human performer. And if she sees me, you know, helping out family, or, you know, she knows this, my attitude is nice and pleasant and bubbly, this, that, and third. And she's like, hey, is there something we can do extra for him? He's been really, you know, a kind person all cruise long. He, you know, no, let me get that for you, this, that, and third, even though this is his vacation. She can do that, right? And if she really finds me attractive, she could be like, hey, I know this is not supposed to go down, but could I get his phone number and could I get his Instagram? Same thing with a man liking a woman, or a man liking a man, or a woman liking a woman, right? So, context, conjecture, and connection is everything here. This is why I wanted to take my time in researching this story, and also, too, it is a huge story, right? So, or as we like to say, a destination around here. Let's keep going. As a Disney content creator, Kalish is well aware of the rules and guidelines governing character behavior in the park, sometimes referring to the actor playing Peter Pan as a friend of Peter using Disney-approved terminology. I would never put him in a situation that would harm him or his role or his character or his career, rather, or his character integrity. She says of Peter Pan, she also refutes the popular accusations that she spends an inordinate amount of time chasing Peter around the parks to bolster this point. She showed me a Disney Unwrapped post. Her version of Spotify Unwrapped revealed that she only met Peter Pan 7 out of her past 30 visits to the parks. But it's also clear that Kalicia's interest in Disney, and for that matter, Peter Pan, extends beyond that of the average fan or even the average Disney adult. She says the actors playing Peter know her by name and recognize her week to week, remembering the gifts she has given them and their previous interactions. I do think people know that Peter Pan and I have a special friendship, she tells me. Disney did not respond to a request for comments. Since the online backlash started, Kalish has briefly considered whether some of her critics may have a point. I've been asking myself, why do I go beat him? Why do I go out my way to find him? Why do I go and meet his characters, have these interactions with them? She says, and she has landed on a very simple answer. Seeing him makes me happy. Dressing up makes me happy. Going to Disneyland once a week makes me happy. She says that people are going to hate me, I'm not going to let it stop me because I know I'm not doing anything wrong. For a few weeks, Kalish has been too scared to go back to the parks, let alone make Peter Pan content. But with the support of her husband and her friends in the Disney content creator community, who she says has fiercely defended her against online trolls, she recently returned to the park. Aside from a few people recognizing her as Peter Pan girl and started differently taking photos, she was large enough below. Initially, she tried to steer clear Fantasyland where Peter Pan usually hangs out. I was afraid of making everything worse, she says, but when she saw him on carousel, he waved at her and then asked her to ride on the horse next to him. He told me never to stop visiting Neverland, she says, which is honestly exactly what I needed to hear that day. So you have heard from her. I think this is a nothing burger. And guys, sincerely, can we all just believe in the fact that there is somebody who is enjoying something good, wonderful, and of a joyous energy, please? Good damn. If you can't be happy at Disney, where can you be happy? Damn it. Hell. Now we gotta go from this child to EDP 445. Child, let's watch this here. By the way, I'm going to show you this beautiful sister here because she is known. Okay, she's got many channels. Ornati right here. This is Ornati Media. And so she has her own universe here. So she has the flagship, right? So she does long form video essays and documentary style works. She has Orani Pop. She has Olay and Chill. She has Orani Politics. She has Orani Bites. She has Olay and Friends. She has Olay and Kenny. She also has Orani Extras. So she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 platforms. Okay, so she is not playing at all. And this is the wonderful team here that does it. That's the founder, that's the lead editor, and that's the assistant editor. I would love to be a social media director for her and just let her know of just how great she is, because she is really great, as you are about to see. So here we go with EDP 445. It's the nastiest mother ucker alive. Olay and Chill. Here we go.
Little extra with YouTube shopping.
Extra?
By tagging what you love.
They had the transcript, they had the log, they had the screenshots and all that shit. What do you think I'm trying to do?
Well, it sounds like you're trying to 13-year-old girl.
If that's what he looks like, I guess that's what it is, man. Yeah, so I have dreams probably about maybe twice, sometimes even 3 times a week of me viciously people.
Now, this documentary is from Mike Club, right? And this is the Inside the Sick Mind of EDP 445 documentary. I've watched the documentary. My God, Jesus. It is, you gotta have an off day. And then you need to take just 3 cups of aloe vera down your throat, because just now EDP 445 is a dude. His rise to fame was basically talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, and he has said some nasty ish, like how much he eat off his meat to the point where he doesn't have any meat, allegedly. He blew up a Chipotle, restroom. I mean, all types of stuff. He was on like Tosh.0, and he was with Tyler the Creator. He was huge. And then of course Alex Rosen and another person did a sting where he was talking to a 15-year-old and he said, well, I was supposed to go get a cupcake and then go back home. So, and he has been trolled ever since on any social media platform he tries to get on. They shut it down. A job that he gets, like, it is bad, right? And this has been in the works for, like, I believe 2 years. And I believe there was like a sneak peek at VidCon, right? VidCon is basically YouTube Con. They don't call it YouTube Con, but basically that's what it is. So let's continue on.
Okay. So let me tell y'all something. Man.
By the way, like, can we talk about the face card? Woo, Jesus Christ. Be offense. I mean, the hair is flowing. And the intelligence is just like a Niagara Falls. Let's continue.
Mentally prepare yourselves for the kind of degeneracy we getting into here today. Like, I mean, I watched the EDP documentary. And if you don't know who EDP is, Lord, if y'all know what I getting ready to expose y'all to today. Oh my God. It's so crazy to think like, y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know. EDP, to put it simply, EDP is a I mean, that's the
step back and think I'm gonna vomit.
That quite literally is the long and short of everything I'm going to tell y'all. EDP was a YouTuber and a now. This is not my first time learning of EDP through the EDP documentary. My first time learning about EDP was probably, let me see, did J. Aubrey have a video on EDP? I feel like if it wasn't J. Aubrey, it was somebody like J. Aubrey who video I watched because I've been learning about EDP. Yes, I know it was my J. Aubrey. J. Aubrey put out a video on EDP 5 years ago. Did I watch it 5 years ago? No, but I watched it before now. So I've been know about EDP. EDP, oh my Lord. It is so crazy who y'all make famous. It like, when you think about it, it's so crazy who y'all make famous. When I watch these nasty ass documentaries about sick.
Stop browsing and applying for jobs you're never going to hear back from. Instead, work with Archer. Archer is your AI.
As you can tell, she has a bit of a personality on her. But you know what? There's nothing like a black woman being able to say what needs to be said. And I feel like, you know, without black women, there is no black culture. Yes, there is a African American culture. And by the way, it's not all Africans hating on African Americans. Let's just stop that shit right now. There are plenty of Africans that love African Americans. There are plenty of African Americans that love Africans. So let's just stop the bullshit. Okay? But I mean, from Freaknik to the PD trial to 106 in Park, like, there is an American culture that is way different than African culture, but also too, it doesn't have to be. We don't have to down one culture, elevate another culture, right? African culture and Black American culture both matter. Okay? All right, let's continue.
And they have the nerve to have millions of subscribers. Boys, be like, look at this. This who y'all giving millions of subscribers. I don't know nothing about no millions of subscribers. I don't know nothing about millions. But y'all giving millions of subscribers to. And the crazy part is it don't even make no sense why he got popular to begin with. I'm pretty sure. Why am I trying to find nice words to describe a goddamn? He's just a big stinking ugly who like the Philadelphia Eagles. Damn. That is quite literally it. Which, by the way, the Philadelphia Eagles need to issue a cease and desist at once.
Electric chair.
Because there's no reason why years after you've been discovered as a you still want to be out here in Eagles gear and everything you in. I mean, whole documentary about you being a and you in Eagles gear from beginning to end. No, listen, Mike Plum, that's what he named. Mike Plum. What he named? Is it Plum? Mike Plum.
What's the accent for me, y'all?
Mike Plum, no, he's so wrong. We could get to Mike Plum is actually wrong for a lot in this documentary, Mike. You know, you dead wrong. And I knew Mike knew he was wrong the minute the documentary started and said that all the money was to be donated. All? Not 50%, not 30%, not 20%, 10%. All of the money getting donated to RAIN, which is a nonprofit that fights against sexual assault and violence against women and children and whatnot. I say all the money, nothing but bottom in here. You know a carrying on bad, you making some sensational crazy shit when you got to give away all the money to justify it. I say, oh, I getting ready to see So there's much to discuss about Mike Club. But before we get there, this and the Eagle scale, who is EDP? EDP is a dude who got popular online for literally just being a crass, nasty, funky ass who loved the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm pretty sure that's his rise to fame. Like, Lil Chirin thought he was funny because he crass or whatever.
Ow, my balls!
And then his fall off is them discovering that he's a... So I don't know if y'all know. If you're not aware, there's an entire niche of YouTube of who think that they named Wisconsin and they just run around trying to catch a predator. Here's the thing. Now, let me make sure I say this. Most of the that I've ever seen, most of the I've seen, and this documentary and the ones involved in this one are not an exception to the rule. Most of the I've ever seen involved in this trying to catch a predator stuff are weirdos themselves. I'm thinking of that one. Who's that one that recently got out of jail with the big nose? What his name is? A nut ass man. JRB have a video on him too. Oh my God, they're not showing me. There's so many of them. No man. Vitali. That's what his name. Vitali TV. That literally, he was doing all them stings or trying to catch a predator, but really he be and trapping people. He be getting the wrong people. He be berating innocent people. He himself is a nut ass abuser who beat the dog shit out of a woman. He going to prison. All this. These just be weird. And the ones involved in trying to catch EDP are not an exception to the rule. They weird too. And we will discuss it because the documentary does. Very important to understand that. While they are weird, nobody weirder than EDP. So EDP, years ago, they're one of those to catch a predator who could be involved in this documentary here, did a sting that he put on YouTube and to catch EDP, he had an underage girl or a
Now, I will say this, right? This documentary, right, is so graphic, like, I don't even want to stream it. Like, there are people who have had watch parties and stuff like that. I know Sensitive Society had a watch party to this and a lot of others, right? But, you know, YouTube also, they're trying to get better at showcasing adult content, but you gotta know how to talk about stuff. But with that said, right, he's done this twice, right? And he said that the only reason why he was trying to get with a 15-year-old at the time was because nobody else really wanted to get with him. And my thing is this, right? In the world that we live in today, loneliness is real, right? Mental health has become, I think, a national crisis, right? The bandwidth of trying to understand how to be Black in this, I mean, this is a Black channel. Let's go ahead and get that straight. To be Black or to be a human being in the world where rights are being taken away, racism is running amok, corruption is running amok, and you're just trying to find your center. It's very difficult, right? People are not wanting to get married as much. People are not wanting to make kids. I mean, have you seen the world today? Now, listen, if this was my wife, we screwing 3 to 4 times a day till we have kids. Shit. But then again, there are some women that don't want to get married and don't want to have kids. I'm on dating apps, and there are some women that's like, I don't want kids. And before people say, oh, you know, women are lazy, this, that, third, there are some women that they have had traumatic childhood. I remember one of the ladies from 90 Day Fiance, right? She did not want to have any kids because she had to be a mom for her siblings in the middle of war. That was very traumatic. So I understand that she doesn't want to be a mom, right? There are some women that they have medical complications. I remember the brat, she had to get surgery because there was like polyps, you know, around her vagina, right? And there are women who they could die if they have a child. Have you seen the mortality and maternity rates of Black women? They will piss you the fuck off. So, and not to mention too, there are medical things with men as well that they can't have kids either, right? So this is a very layered, nuanced conversation. But to that point, just because all that is happening does not mean you have the right to go after kids. And EDP 445 tried to say about Chris Tyson that we should not be looking at lolly content. And lolly content is pretty much children that are, they're supposed to be like creatures that are 400 years old, but they look like kids. Y'all, I'm giving you context, conjecture, and connection because if you don't watch this type of stuff, if you don't know about EDP 445 and you don't know about that world, this is going to seem foreign to you. So this is why I'm breaking it down in a context, conjecture, and connection where it is easy to digest. And that's why I wanted to come back and have a longer form discussion with you all. I know that when we talk about Disney, right, it is usually of a very fun, ferocious, and frolicking nature. We talk about Universal, Six Flags. When we talk about entertainment, media, pop culture, I try to find the fun stuff. But then every once in a while, there's the heavy stuff like this that we need to speak about. Because here's the thing. The conversation that I'm having right now, imagine that there is a child or an adult coming out for the first time today as I'm speaking right now to tell a family member that they were abused in their childhood and how long they've carried that pain around, right? So just wanted to say that. All right, let's continue on, everybody.
Decoy that EDP was texting with and sexting with, who he thought was a 13-year-old girl, and he meet up with the girl around the girl to get cupcakes or whatever.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. Hey, we got it.
Oh, by the way, that sting, YouTube took that down from anybody's channel at that time. That's how big this was. Let's continue.
Kind of go over things with Sophie. We have you talking to Sophie, correct? Yes or no? Right. They had the transcript, they had the log, they had the screenshots and all that shit.
And they had it all on camera. They catch him. They know he's a the police ain't do nothing, but YouTube did something. So they got him off YouTube. That was the beginning to the end, right? All kind of different YouTubers they have involved in that. Now, for years, he kept trying to come back on YouTube, and YouTube kept banning all his accounts and whatnot. And then that brings us to the trailer dropping for this documentary, because the trailer in and of itself is nuts.
What, are you fucking nuts?
I mean, the reason why I wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old is already fucking clear.
You need to leave.
Right now, there are two groups of people using AI in e-commerce, and only one of them is making money. The first group are on Facebook.
You heard that correctly. You heard that motherfucking correctly. Yeah, the fact that he wanted to have intercourse with a 13-year-old girl, it was clear. What? And what the uck is wrong with you? Let's keep going, everybody. All right? Let's keep going.
And I'm like, the sheer ego involved in thinking that because you've gotten away with millions of people being aware that you're a and because the police don't give a which, let me be clear. Let me be clear.
Now, here's the thing. I'm going to push back from Miss Raquel Lee for a second, my YouTube wifey, for a minute. I think that is bigger than ego. I think it is the mental blasphemy that you think that this is acceptable behavior, right? So I think that's bigger than ego. For example, I could say I am the greatest entertainer of all time. We all know that's Michael Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. But I have the ego to say that because of the experience and the work ethic that I've put in and the ideas that I have formed that have not been seen by the world, right? That's ego. But to me, I really do think that this is a mental selection of behavior. I think that's bigger than ego. I'm gonna push back against my YouTube wifey Olay here, but I do get what she means by ego. To have, it's like, oh well, I can get away with this. What else can I get away with? Let's keep going.
From the beginning, the only reason EDP is not in prison is because the police don't give a. This is Olay and Chill, so I'm not gonna sit down and go through a whole deep dive on policing, the history of policing, the purpose of policing, the fact that police are not actually in the business of giving a about protecting anybody, let alone from and sexual predators and all the things that y'all throw out as justifications for why we need to have a massive prison industrial complex. We ain't got that conversation today.
Wifey is ready. She's like, I understand the platform I own, but damn it, this is still my platform. I ain't mad at it.
spare you. Aaron, just put the many intelligent videos I have on my other channels about this that y'all could go to. Just know that this is proof of it, because they spend considerable time in this documentary trying to blame one of the knockoff To Catch a Predator that exposed him, trying to blame him for the reason that EDP is free. Like, oh, if he hadn't that up, oh, he did it wrong.
Now, I will say Alex Rosen, he has said racist comments before. He supported Chuck the Builder when he was basically saying the N-word to people and then escalating that to just whoop ass on black people. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. That is a thing. I know. Believe me, I know. Let's keep going.
Oh, blah 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 blah. Listen to me. To believe you could. This is America. Understand? Listen, I say this to y'all as somebody who is a public defender, who has represented more than 1,000 people. I can tell you without a shadow of a mother doubt, if the police want to arrest you, they can arrest you. If they want to bring charges on you, all they need to say, all they need to hear is a thing about a motherfucker. Okay? Don't let them convince you that, oh, their hands are tied. They are unable to arrest the that they have put on man saying he's a and a bunch of young girls saying he was texting them. Please. Got it. Do not think that in all these years, if the police wanted to arrest this boy and charge this, not boy, funky, if they wanted to arrest and charge this big funky, they could have. They just chose not to because they don't give a I don't care. And they spend so much time trying to convince you in the documentary because they don't want to put it on the police. They always want to find a way to obfuscate. Every time you watch a documentary, you watching The Worst Neighbor Ever, you watching, me and Cedar was watching any of them. Any of these true crime documentaries, they always have the family and everybody telling you the million ways in which the police failed them, refused to do anything, wouldn't take any action, had all evidence, XYZ, but the police ain't do nothing. And they always have the police there pretending as though they be killing me. Oh, we need, to prove something beyond a reasonable doubt. Oh my Jesus. As though police and arrest and basic charges has anything to do with prosecutors trying to prove anything beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. As though that has ever been the standard for arresting. Stop this nonsense, okay? If they gave a about this big funky preying on your children, they would put a stop to it. But importantly, let me make sure I make this clear, because it's clear that it's not clear to EDP. He have it in his big, stinking, stupid melon head.
I think you're ugly. I think you're fat. I think you're stupid.
That because they ain't do nothing about it in all this time, because they wasn't able to build a case on him based on this failed sting operation, he somehow convinced himself that means he could get up in front of a camera, not one camera, multiple cameras, different angles, over a period of time and sit in a documentary and tell you he is a
Yes, well, maybe, but only if you're a good girl. What are you trying to do here with this?
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Well, it sounds like you're trying to sexually assault a 13-year-old girl.
If that's what it looks like, I guess that's what it is then. I mean...
Let me tell you something. When I watched this documentary, his lawyer got up from the table and said, fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, fuck this shit, I'm out. Let me tell you, I'm about to beat the fuck about somebody here. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Okay? All right, let's continue on.
Telling you he following 13-year-old little girls and he's sending them sexy talk.
You know what though, Mike? It's perfectly fine. It's great. Everybody hates a pedophile, right?
Well, yes.
Fuck the fact that you're ruining my goddamn life, yes. Right? It's fucking wonderful. This world is fucked up, man.
I was so blown away because it was clear when he was talking, his ego. I'm gonna get into the documentary. I'm gonna walk y'all through the entire documentary, but I just have to start with this shit. It is clear this mother thinks he's somehow like this. What happens when you don't understand law and double jeopardy in your rights and things? He was acting as though because the police never arrested him, he said he was never in the investigation. He was never arrested and nothing happened involving all the public allegations of him being a in all these years. He thinks somehow that means they can't bring the charges.
Electric chair.
Like he's like, oh, Alex. I'm pretty sure Alex is the name of the the fake Chrysanthemum who up the sting, right? He's like, oh, because Alex did it wrong because you're not supposed to, be the one that initiates, the decoy isn't supposed to be the one that initiates the conversation. It's supposed to let them come to you because he did that wrong. Oh, he it all up. He literally said oh, I would have been in jail if he didn't it all up. I'm like, baby.
Maybe prison is where you belong because of this.
If it was where I belong, I'd be in shackles right now. So
you are ugly and dumb. You are brainless.
It's not like they brought the charges and they lost the case and now they can't bring the charges again. They never charged you, which means they can charge you. Correct. It's not like they're forbidden for getting any other kinds of evidence. It's not like, oh, Alex it up and now it means nothing. They cannot prosecute you when they have you in 4K admitting to going over there to a 13-year-old girl. I mean, listen to me. I need y'all to understand. I shit y'all no word of lie. This mother sits down for an hour and a half and tells you every sick, depraved thought to ever come across his sick mother mind.
Yes. To the point where one of his best friends allows his children over with EDP 445. Whoever the baby mama is, I need you to terminate that motherfucker's parental rights forever. What is wrong with you? And the best friend says, well, I think EDP 445 has a bright future. Motherfucker, just know your association with him is going to get your kids taken away. And I'm not saying that, men deserve to have their kids taken away. I'm not saying women deserve to have their kids taken away. But when you are not giving a fuck about your responsibilities, and it's not just the responsibilities of actually taking care of that child by feeding them, clothing them, making sure they can go to the restroom. Unlike Alicia Brown's bitch ass, who deserves to be in fucking jail. And I don't know why she's suing when she kidnapped a child. Okay? Same thing she did in Baltimore, Maryland. All right? Okay. Moving on. But I just don't get that. Like, if one of my best friends had EDP, let me tell you something. I am calling the police. I am testifying. I don't give a fuck if you can't have an ass no more after you get done getting out of jail. Fuck you, your existence, and everything else until you die. What it is, though, what's up with it? Child, let's continue on.
With the ego of and the thing is, I can't even say ego because he clearly hates his self. You know what? Let's get started. Let's start on the documentary. First of all, they introduce us to EDP. Oh Lord, there's so much to say. First of all, EDP tells us that he had a really good childhood, but as he's telling us that he had a really good childhood, he literally has tears in his eyes and he doesn't tell us shit about said childhood. Let me tell you something. You'll never convince me. I hear they say his parents dead, and I wish they could dig him up so I could talk to him. Wait a minute. She said she wishes that she could dig him up and talk to him. You know what? I'm not doing this with you, Olele. Auntie, I'm not doing this with you. No. Ooh, oh, let's keep going.
Don't stop. Go on.
Cause something gonna ride with this. You'll never convince me this mother had a really good childhood. No, something had to go wrong. Nah, something went gravely wrong with this. But he say he had a really good childhood. And then in the 8th grade or something, boy, let me tell you something. The way men will waterboard you to motherfucking death with whatever little girl didn't like them in high school or primary school. And yet, grow the fuck up. You're not children anymore. Listen to me. As somebody who's been listening to men do this my whole life, tell you these ass stories, it blows my mind because every woman I know has some horrific stories behind men. Could really tell you, not even just abuse and stuff like that, but just if we talking hurt feelings, the kind of things that men tell you is their justification for why they hate women for the rest of their life and they don't trust them. Men be like, I like the girl in high school and she didn't like me. She didn't like me back. So I hate women.
And she is putting 20 on 10, but she's right though. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, right? I think that if you grew up in high school, middle school, elementary school, what have you, you've had a childhood best friend, or you've had a friend that has been a very, very deep bond, you've had a friend that you've had a very deep bond with, and you took the chance and it didn't work out. It just is what it is. Like, first of all, when you 13, like, how do you know how to give love to somebody? Like, for real. There was a person I thought I liked until they asked me to do something that made me look at everything different. And because of a man named Shakal, I am still here. Shakal, I love you, brother, very much. You know exactly what you did for me. I've told my story many times before on this channel about that time period in my life. But with that being said, though, you know, even in today's world, like when I'm on the dating apps and stuff, some women, they do ghost men. Some men ghost women. That's not cool. Communicate. If you're on a dating app, communicate. Now, I understand if you don't look at the damn app all the time, because now nobody can look at the app all day long. I mean, hell, my shows here, they take the majority of my off day, right? But in the same token, like, you can't ask for love if you're not reciprocating, right? So if you want somebody to communicate with you, you gotta communicate with them. That's only fair. That's only fair. That is only fair, right? But to walk around with the attitude of you hate women because you got rejected, I'm telling you right now, you might as well go ahead and live single and wait till you die, right? And not to mention, too, I think sometimes people forget that time and space really are two very powerful tools and two very powerful weapons, right? And maybe it just wasn't time, but that doesn't mean you were a bad person. My friend said to me, we were on the Esplanade at Kissing University. He said, you know, there are tens of other categories. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, no, the way that you care about people, the way that you check in on people, the way you said, make sure that you text me when you're home, the way that you are a nerd about things, the way that you stand up for things, those are tens and other categories. Now, I thought at first he was crazy out of his fucking mind, but what I've come to realize is when you strip down everything, right? When you strip down, you know, where people come from, who they align with, everything in between, what you really tend to understand is you want love, I want love, you want respect, I want respect, you want what can be possible, I want what can be possible, right? And that goes regardless of gender. So if you strip away everything, get down to the basics, there are people out there who want that type of love. Now, sometimes it's very hard for me to believe that, but in the same token, just because I'm not seeing that don't mean you go to the other end of the spectrum. Let's continue on.
Meanwhile, you could tell those same men that a man cheated on you, your mother slapped you in the face 3 times, stole all your money, and they'd be like, why are you putting it on all men? Why don't you take accountability? What's wrong with you? Why are you speaking in generalizations? It's not all men. Them same boy. But they'll be telling me, I'm like, do you consider this trials and tribulation? Like, even by high school standards, he's like, this is story for why he became a wicked hate women, why what made him hate these bitches. He said there was a girl, he really liked her. She would like act like she liked him and hold his hand the whole time she started dating another. That's the story. That's the story.
Oh, they didn't have to
reduce
reduce
your big trauma.
that bad.
But anyway, from there, and I mean, oh Lord, they have a child. They have these reenactments the whole time as he's telling you the story. They have hired some poor, innocent, fat black child to depict EDP. Oh, I would love to know what the they paid this young man to put on a Eagles hat. I tell you, the Eagles need a cease and desist to put on an Eagles hat and just do they have the boy naked, he belly out. They have him imitated, masturbating, all his titties gyrating.
This is all real, the documentary.
Who tell you we need all this? I say, Jesus, would make you feel like you had to hire to play to reenact the story, man. What is this? But anyway, he say when he almost freshly out of high school, and this is how he told the story, Lord. Because again, it's the origin story of how he became EDP. He said he became EDP because he had literally just finished jacking off when he decided to make his YouTube, and he wanted to call himself Eat That Pussy. That's what EDP stand for. Eat That Pussy.
Yes.
It's so crazy to me because he said it as though his name was so consistent with the activity was just doing like, oh, I just finished masturbating. So that's why I decided to name myself some shit I ain't never done. You ain't never ate no pussy. You ain't never ate no pussy then. You ain't never ate no pussy since. The whole video, this truly, like by actual definition, what an incel is. He gets no pussy. No pussy, no hugs, no hoes, no bitches, no y'all, no nothing. Okay? Not a goddamn mother. But he decides to name himself Eat That Pussy. Now, because YouTube would frown on spelling out Eat That Pussy as their YouTube name, he decides to go with EDP. Now, EDP was taken, so he said he needed some numbers. So he said he put some random numbers on the end at first, and that felt generic. And this would really blew my mind. The man say, then he gone on the scale, and he say, boom, I got it. He could put his weight after his name. So he said EDP 445. And let me tell you something. I was flabbergasted. He said, never in this motherfucking life would I have fathomed that the 445 is a telling you he weighed 445 pounds. Not to say you can't weigh 445 pounds. I just say the sheer shock on who the to think a name Eat That Pussy. I weigh 500 pounds. Like that name, it should tell you his head ain't no good and it only could get crazier from there. So now he says he gets popping on YouTube, super popping. Man end up with millions of subscribers, which again I say that's so crazy. Like that's so crazy. As a gal who's worked hard. Oh my God, that's so crazy. But anyway, he ends up with millions of subscribers and he said his real dismay. He had millions of subscribers. He get into the bag. He had over $100 and some $1,000 in his account. What I found funny was in trying to express that he was a big baller, like his shock at the fact that he still wasn't getting no hoes. He was like, I had me a brand new Hyundai Elantra. And I was like, nothing wrong with an Elantra. Let me be clear, okay? CJ Pop-Up had him a nice Hyundai Elantra, okay? And I know if y'all seen the new Elantra, the 2026, they have one with a little sport mode. It come in light blue. It have a little sport bumper at the back. I am not slandering the Hyundai Elantra. I am not. I love a nice, good, affordable car that you could buy without a silly car note. Now, when I was confused.
Wait a minute. You know what? Life and death is the power until y'all look at hang on.
So crazy. But anyway, he ends up with millions of subscribers and he said his real dismay. He had millions of subscribers. He get into the bag. He had over $100 and some $1,000 in his account. What I found funny was in trying to express that he was a big baller, like his shock at the fact that he still wasn't getting no hoes. He was like, I had me a brand new Hyundai Elantra. And I was like, nothing wrong with an Elantra. Let me be clear, okay? CJ Pop-Up had him a nice Hyundai Elantra, okay? And I know if y'all seen the new Elantra, the 2026, they have one with a little sport mode.
Not an ad. Please pay us Honda. This is my wifey, damn it. You speak into existence. What the fuck you want? Ciao.
Come in light blue. It have a little sport bumper at the back. I am not slandering the Hyundai Elantra. I am not. I love a nice, good, affordable car that you could buy without a silly car note. Now, what I was confused about was what would make one think that a Hyundai Elantra would be a hoe magnet. Why would that be something you would think? Who in the history of ever has thought such a thing? But he did.
Yeah, no, that's not a hoe magnet. You know, having a car that can work and not break down, and also you don't have to get so many repairs on it, would actually be a wifey magnet, because that means you're stable, that means you're consistent, that means you're responsible for things. Let's keep going.
And he was upset that despite the fact that he's so successful now, blah blah, he still ain't getting no pussy. So that's when he comes up with the brilliant idea. I drained even just thinking about it. That's when he decides, oh, well, if adult women ain't giving me no pussy, what about children?
At that point in time, I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? At that point in time, I was willing to do whatever the fuck I had to do to get some sort of attention.
Believe it or not, jail right away.
Welcome to the Zenniverse. Here, you can shop for glasses from anywhere. See a style you love, our image search finds.
One more time.
You know what I mean? At that point in time, I was willing to do whatever the fuck I had to do to get some sort of attention.
Believe it or not, jail right away.
Some sort of attention.
Believe it or not, jail right away.
Let me tell you something. I think this is the point in the show where, and this is not to drag my wifey, okay, my YouTube wifey, Raquel Lee, but this is for EDP 445.
They're about to drag you. They're about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. Oh, they're about to drag you. They're about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. Screenshots say, hold thread on fire. Get the thread on quick, now they all inspired. Reload, naming every line you hit, send once. Now you're trending right there. Now you're trending right. In these comments. Oh, they about to drag you. They about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. Laugh, react, flood. Every clap on beat. One wrong word. Now they quote your tweets. Say you did too much. You say you're not that guy. You can log on now, but receipts don't die. They about to drag you. They about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. They about to drag you. They about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments.
That also goes out to always a loser. A nobody calling a nobody to stop somebody from getting their bag, but yet you put out a song called Leave Me Alone, but yet you don't do it. I thought you were tired talking about the show. And then, of course, D.L. Whisper, who've been banned in 3 counties. That song also goes out to Toss Away K. That also goes out to Malago Scams. That also goes out to Poet Flacco. That also goes out to Coon Icket TV. That song goes out to a lot of people. Let's keep going.
And I should be clear too. Don't even not that who the among us would ever be copping police for this. So I don't even know why I'm saying this as though I would be trying to give him no grace. But just in case there is a crazy mother out there who sympathizes with incels who can't get bitches, let me just be clear. This isn't just desperation. It's not just like he don't like little kids. He just thought his best chance of getting sex was little kids. No. He likes little kids. That he likes children. That is something this sick motherfucker makes abundantly clear through both his actions and his words throughout the entire documentary. So don't even miss and think he was just desperate and his back was to the wall and that's why he started trying to kids.
We're interested in having to the 13-year-old, yes or no? Girls. Okay. And you said correct. Okay. All right.
No, he's a nasty, sick ass. I want y'all to know this was in this documentary telling you in graphic detail every which way he want to these little girls, blaming the little girls, telling you all his plans for the little girls. He is telling you, Cole, that they said they was 13, that he was following literally strictly little girls. Like he not pretending that's not the case. I want to be clear.
He had around 300 to 400 accounts he was following. The problem with that is around 120 to 130 of these accounts, 13-year-olds. 14-year-olds.
Oh Lord, he remind me of. I always tell a story in real life to my real friends and stuff. If I've represented 1,000 people before, there's only one single I ever represented that I was like, oh, you a sick. And what made him immediately sick to me was exactly what made EDP very obviously sick, because the I telling y'all about what made the one dude I'm thinking of in my brain, the one dude I ever tell y'all I represented that made me knew he was a motherfucking weirdo. It wasn't his charges weren't particularly serious. It wasn't like he was charged with something crazy, anything like that. No. It's not the charges. It's what the said. Okay, it's what he said. When he sat down, when I go meet him in the cell, it was like, this is some bullshit. So I'm like, oh, this is some bullshit. Like, these charges are a lie. They've made this up on you. Oh, okay, I get it. All right, like you'd be mad if you get arrested for some shit you ain't do, right? So he was like, this is some bullshit. And I was like, oh, so you didn't do it? And he was like, nah, I did it. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, well, let me read you the charges and whatnot. And he still was like, this is some bullshit. So I'm like, it ain't 2 + 2 ain't adding up right now. They arrest you for something they say you do. You telling me you did do it, but you saying it's some bullshit. Huh? Okay. And so I remember telling him like, okay, well, for the future, as I'm going through the stuff or whatever, you can't touch women without their consent, you know?
I give it to you. You got me there.
And like, that's something, like I wasn't lecturing him. I need you to understand like how I was saying this. This, like, as a lawyer, this me, you know, taking my notes. Like I'm talking and passing. I'm looking down as I say that. I was like, okay, well, you know, in the future, you can't touch women without their consent. And he was like, I can do whatever the I want to them. And I was like, wow. This all just get dead small for anybody. And that's how EDP was giving it up. Because EDP is sitting down telling you
that would be a
he have a problem with everybody else. He's angry. He's outraged. He hate everybody that exposed him for being a and call him a. But sir, you were telling us you're you sitting there telling me worse shit about you and showing me worse shit about you than anything anybody else ever said in this motherfucker. But he literally, like, the first dude, there's several different characters they bring up as associated with his downfall, as exposing him as a. First is this dude, I think his name is Alex. Then this other name, what he named? Somebody Raven, Candid Raven, or some Raven. Let me look on YouTube, because I knew he was too. This one is a super Ravens fan, like how he was a super Eagles fan. So like, you know, this is a sworn enemy. His name was Cold Raven. So it's Alex, Cold Raven, and Gideon. Lord, we could get to Gideon. But anyway, he was calling Alex everything but a child of God, and how he's sitting there on man. I need y'all to understand, this my way is not just telling us he's a and admitting to all the crimes. He telling you how he want to murder people. Yeah. Like this. Oh, Jesus Christ. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I say mother's sick. I feel so bad for this future defense attorney. You don't know how horrible it feels. You don't know how horrible it feels to have to represent on a case where he done admit to the shit. He done confessed to, oh, nothing's worse.
You see it, right? Just neck kisses, motorboating, suckling, latching, kisses. Jesus! God Almighty! Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus. Okay. All right. How to get that out? Like, this is a fine woman. Okay. Ole Lee is the wifey. All right. But I agree. Just like for the future defense attorney to be on this case, like, and somebody is going to defend him in court. That best friend of his is going to defend him in court. Believe me. But also too, to that defender, like, this is going to be a case for you because he admitted to everything. When you admit to everything, it's like at that point, just, okay, he's going to jail. Like, you ain't got to really do nothing. Like, whoever is his defense attorney, I would just say, just say you're guilty and just go to jail. Like, it is what it is. You did the documentary. You admit to everything. Like, there's nothing I can do here. Like, that would be the most responsible thing that an attorney can do for EDP 445 at this point. Sincerely. Okay? All right. Let's go back.
Nothing is worse. Nothing is worse than arraigning a motherfucker. They tell you they have no idea what this is about. They don't know anything about it. They have nothing to do with it. And then you get out in front of the judge and they make their statement notice. And all of a sudden the prosecutor start reading to you a long statement confessing to every motherfucker. Then you be like, oh my God. Oh my God. I feel so bad for the poor innocent public defender that's gonna have to take this bullshit case where he done and you know what's annoying too? Mark my words, when this inevitably gets arrested and charged with everything under the sun, and a public defender will have to represent him because he is broke. When a public defender represents, watch him have the nerve to blame the public defender for why he go to prison or have to take a plea deal, like he did not admit to being a on Maine for an hour and a half long documentary. Oh, y'all don't get me started on how I feel about the way motherfuckers love to blame the public defender for the options that they have based on, you know what, I getting into a long, you know what, let's stay where I'm supposed to stay. You see, I've fallen out of my pocket. I going into criminal justice rounds. That's my bad. I'm back to it.
My bad, pimp.
My apologies. Oh, where was we with this?
First of all, you ain't ever got to apologize for being a black queen with intelligence to me. That is shit. Let me tell you something. I said to y'all, conversations is intimacy, okay? She could be sitting down. Let's just say me and Olay were married, right? And she is just saying, I got this case I gotta do. And I'm just like, baby, are you okay? I'm mentally coming in my brain right now for your greatness and just how you are so articulate, wise, and smooth with this. Just keep going. Like, there is nothing like the intelligence of a black woman or anyone for that matter. When you have somebody who truly gives a damn fucking shit about their purpose and they are genuinely curious because they are wanting to be a responsible citizen in the world, like, child, intelligence, oh my God, there's just nothing like it. You can't equate it to anything else, right? So having, intellectual conversations, that is like sex. And there is a thing as a sapiosexual that they really get off on really being able to have in-depth, expansive and vast conversations. So that example I just gave, that was just saying, hey, listen, keep going and being great. Okay, that's it. That's all kaput in the story. Let's keep going.
Boom. So he not only admitted to being he admitted to be a murder planner. Like, all he has spent his time doing is fantasizing about little children and murdering people who talk about him little children. Oh my God. And when I tell you this guy is a dick, like, y'all have to just use y'all have to use clips of this man throughout this whole thing. I cannot do justice the way this is talking and how he's coming. He's like, oh yeah, like whatever. Everybody hates a so it's okay that these guys want to ruin my life. And it's like,
nobody's doing that. You did that to yourself. We're just talking about it.
Creators, now you can earn a little extra.
Extra?
Yep. Start tagging your Amazon faves on YouTube shopping. Maybe not that extra.
By the way, you won't get all that when you do YouTube shopping.
Now that's the real deal.
You see her face? Ah! Let's keep going.
I was clearly aware of the law and I was clearly aware of what I was doing. So as much as they want to write all this fucked up shit about me online and I should be in jail, prison, felon, I should be on the sex offenders list and all this bullshit.
We're going to send these motherfuckers to hell.
My thoughts on Alex Rosen is I feel like he's a piece of shit. I feel like he should burn in hell and go fucking die, if I'm being completely honest with you. Give me Kayla's address because I'm about to hop in this car and I'm about to go blow this bitch's brains out.
are you good? Like, are you
Yeah, he said that.
serious? So then here comes Jadeon. Because Alex's original thing was botched in some way, Jadeon decides that he wants to take up the mantle. Oh, Lord. Jadeon is another one I've watched many a video essay about because he's another hot mess. Jadeon, come on down. Oh, all these need to go to jail. Like I say, all these in this space weird. So Jadeon comes on in association with some other name, but he's called himself Skeet Hansen. I think that's what it is. Skeet is he's a Chris Hansen. He calls himself a Chris Hansen impersonator, and he calls himself Skeet something. Imagine you out here, you trying to stop predators, and the name you decide to represent that is Skeet somebody. Skeet. These people so unserious, yeah. So anyway, Jadeon decides to get an actual, like, oh Lord, I don't even remember how they say to start, but just know EDP starts talking to a 15-year-old girl who we know is a 15-year-old girl. He's trying to this 15-year-old girl. He's sending this 15-year-old girl all kind of sexually explicit XYZ. Jadeon want to catch him. All of this really exposes the fundamental problem with all of these. Is like they don't have any interest in truly stopping predators or protecting children. Right. They just doing it for views and clout, and they feel like it's a good way to farm engagement, because the thing is, it's like they feel like there's no limit on what they could do, because when somebody is considered who you see in them dealing with is you will allow whatever kind of shenanigans and that they do. And that's why Gideon and all these people love doing this nonsense, not because they give a about protecting children. And that's going to be clear in every choice that Gideon makes, because please tell me why. Gideon invites the known into his Discord so that he could talk to the young children in his Discord. And when EDP starts talking to this 15-year-old girl in Gideon Discord, Gideon there egging the girl on to keep talking to him, and he, oh Lord, Gideon say, oh, I didn't tell her to make it explicit, and I told her not to be sexual, and I told her not to send pictures, and I told her not to do all this different stuff. But the 15-year-old girl, who's now 18, is in the documentary saying that Gideon tell her to do every motherfucking thing under the sun. She makes clear that not only is EDP himself a who preyed on her and all of this, but that Gideon himself is a problem too, because he actively encouraged this, and it's all very gross and very sick.
I am going to explode in 6 seconds.
But remember, I tell y'all, Michael, I'm dead on serious too, because even in this, he himself is a problem too, because he actively encouraged this, and it's all very gross and very sick.
I am going to explode in 6 seconds.
But remember, I tell y'all, Michael, I'm dead on serious too, because even in this, he's showing you as a girl making accusations about Gideon, and the whole thing is so crazy, because regardless of, they have all these people's different side of the story, but it really doesn't matter what the anybody talking about, because at the end of the day, the girl was underage. EDP was knowingly and intentionally talking sexually to a underage girl and trying to her. So that's the end of that on being weird.
If it was legal, would you have had sex with Kayla?
If it was legal, I would have fucking turned that ass out. I would have fucking ate her ass out, my nigga, and made a funnel cake about her shit. You know what I mean?
Gideon and them, in the same breath that they trying to pretend they trying to protect children, they was exposing this 15-year-old girl.
I just want y'all to hear that 2 more times, okay?
EDP was knowingly and intentionally talking sexually to a underage girl and trying to her. So that's the end of that on being weird.
If it was legal, would you have had sex with Kayla?
If it was legal, I would have fucking turned that ass out. I would have fucking ate her ass out, my nigga, and made a funnel cake about her shit. You know what I mean?
Gideon and them, in the same breath that they trying to pretend they trying to protect children, they was exposing this 15-year-old girl in there.
Was legal?
EDP was knowingly and intentionally talking sexually to a underage girl and trying to her. So that's the end of that on being weird.
If it was legal, would you have had sex with Kayla?
If it was legal, I would have fucking turned that ass out. I would have fucking ate her ass out, my nigga, and made a funnel cake about her shit. You know what I mean?
Gideon and them, in the same breath that they trying to pretend they trying to protect children, they was exposing this 15-year-old girl in their audience to this predator. So like everybody weird. So to me,
and by the way, here's the thing, right? So Gideon wanted an interview with EDP 445. So Gideon brought EDP 445 into his Discord, right? And you know, he wanted to bring it into the Discord because it's a private Discord and all that stuff. Discord has its own universe, right? So allegedly EDP 445 found Kayla from this Discord, right? And there was a interview that was supposed to happen, but didn't happen. So Gideon, this other person who was a moderator in Gideon's Discord, said, hey, we need to get back at EDP because he didn't give us an interview and and Kayla's an opportunist, this, that, and the third. And child, listen, who isn't an opportunist, right? But I think there's a difference between being an opportunist on purpose and understanding how to utilize a platform to get ahead responsibly, rather than being an opportunist just taking an inch and making it a mile just so you can get sympathy, right? But in the same token, like EDP was talking to Kayla when she was 15 years old, so that erases everything from me. Okay, let's keep going.
Me, it goes without saying that the girl is right when she said Gideon was weird, but they put at the end of her, like, you know, expressing her feelings. They have like a running list of all the different things that she said about Gideon that are clearly designed to, like, to some extent also make her look crazy. Like, it's like on this list of things you see run by there, like she thinks Gideon is an Illuminati and all these different things that make it sound so outlandish and so wild and cast out on, you know, what she's saying. But child, no, sir. I don't care about anything else. Gideon and the other one was like,
oh, I think she's kind of, you know, taking advantage of this situation, like using it for clout. So I'm like,
what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are all of you doing? Who gives a what reason you think she has for talking about the grown man predator trying to her? Like, what are we talking about? We assessing her motivations and not you. Go to hell. Anyway, after this is done, Gideon and them do a sting. They do another botched hot mess sting that they try to do to expose EDP this girl. But in the course of this, when this thing happened, EDP starts texting the 15-year-old girl, threatening to kill her, calling every kind of bitch, all kind of names under the sun, all of which Shitty on them know, and still out here like continuing on with this foolishness. And then EDP sitting up on the documentary telling you now how he still, he would have her, and saying what kind of body she had on her, even though he knows she was underage. Like,
yes,
what is this? And then he talking about how he want to kill a little girl. I say, Jesus Christ, like, Lord, they gotta throw him under the jail. They gotta throw him under the motherfucking jail. Then at some point in time, he just get up and start telling you everybody. They have two different lists. First is his bitch list, where he get up and tell you every motherfucker on YouTube he hates, like just saying all kind of derogatory, nasty, up insults. And the funny thing is, when you see the list, it's just so clear what era of YouTube he's from. You know what I mean? What era of YouTube he was popping in, because all his ops, like the list is Moist Critical and hold on, is Moist? I always just get this wrong. Moist Critical and Penguin Zero are the same person, right? Hold on, let me make sure I get this right. Moist Critical and Penguin Zero is the same guy, right? But Asinine Gold is a different guy that just look just like Moist Critical and Penguin Zero, who are not two guys, but one guy with two different names who look like this other guy with a different name, right? That's it, right?
When we started Warby Parker, we just sold glasses, and only online. But people liked them a lot. So we offered more things, like sunglasses and contacts. And then we thought, what if we sold eyewear online and in stores? So we did that. And now we have stores in neighborhoods all over. There you can chat with friendly opticians and get eye exams from top-notch doctors. Now, no matter where you go, we've got your eyes covered.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting me some glasses soon. Oh, that was the thing I forgot to tell y'all. Your fan member got 20/20 vision apparently. So how about that? Okay, like listen, this eye crossed all the time. So after 32 years of wearing glasses, they finally corrected themselves. So there is that. Let's continue on.
Sure, close enough, I guess.
Anyway, that's the he hate. He hate them. He hate Hassan. It's so funny because his list, being on his list, honestly serves as an endorsement. Like, oh, you on the shit list of a evil, nasty, disgusting, wicked. Like, good for you. The only person who didn't deserve, like, truly ain't deserved to be on that shit list, because I think they actually are shitty from what I know, was he had a creator on there called Keemstar. And to my knowledge, Keemstar is a shitty too, but I assume Keemstar must have, condemned him for being a because, the bar low, you could be a shitty and still see is wrong. Anybody who had anything negative to say about EDP being a which he admits to, he was shitting on the list. And then his list of the best people, Lord, it's so crazy. Like, I just don't even understand. I just don't understand this young man. His list of all the people he loves is the Tate brothers, Donald Trump, Fresh and Fit, Ben Shapiro, and Just Pearly Fangs. I mean, need I say more? That's who we love. That should, I say, child, just said, if you listen to Ben Shapiro, you're going to be successful in life.
Give me everything you got for this wet ass P word. Bring a bucket and a mop. So this suggests that there's an awful lot of, not to be too graphic, but some sort of medical discharge that's happening here.
A big stinking broke pedophile who lay on the floor, leg, ashy toe breaker. If y'all see how he looked in this documentary, Mike Klum know he's so wrong for how he's going his way to make sure you understand this a big, funky, nasty motherfucker. Yeah. But after the longest, he's just talking about his desperate, miserable life and how he hate women and he can't get no pussy and he trying to figure out a way to like not like children. Like he even goes at some point in time in the documentary, they show that he started going to therapy to try to address, being a and that was short-lived because they show you in the documentary by the time the thing airing, he ain't in therapy no more. But they show him even like talking to the therapist, and then eventually. Oh my God. Oh Lord. I promise y'all, if he wasn't quite literally a danger to society and a wicked, like truly evil, like nothing redeemable degenerate. Oh, that reminds me. Oh my God. Thinking of him being like, a net negative for society, that just reminded me he's dying. I'm sorry. God was already intervening. God will make a way. He's like, the least thing to do nothing. I'm not doing this with Tori.
Why? I'm not going
that's,
into control.
that's it. They say he on dialysis. They say if he missed one dialysis
She
appointment,
said
he's
God
dead.
will
And I
make
mean,
a
I'm not
way.
mad at that. I can't say like this is not a guy who I can say that I feel for. Like I don't think that this is a redeemable guy. I don't think that this is a guy you could save. I don't think there's any book you could give him that could make him better. I think he I say all that to say I would feel in a different life. Like I almost would pity him because he clearly hates himself so much. Like you see it, he despises himself. He hates himself. He hates his life. And that clearly the only way he know how to cope and move through the world is to be nasty and hate. You know what it is? He have, none of the funny, none of the charisma and all of the but he has all the hate that Stink Mina had in the Boondocks. You know what I mean? Like when they show Stink Mina backstory and they're like all his life, Colonel Stink Mina been an angry, hateful motherfucker, just hating the world and hating everybody and hate.
Yeah, so I have dreams probably about maybe twice, sometimes even 3 times a week of me viciously killing people, viciously slaughtering people.
That's the and like I say, I would feel bad for him, but I don't. He's like really, really horrible. Like he does not have a single millisecond, not a moment, not a single half a second where you feel for him, where he seemed redeemable. And I say that let me say, listen, y'all don't understand. I can make a case for just about anybody, or I can make a mother case about the humanity of anybody, okay? If you watch my Why Serial Killers Are Monsters, go watch that video, my actual Illuminati production, because I promise you, the production is not what you're thinking based on the title. You can go watch that when you're done it on my main channel, Illuminati. But if you watch it, you know good and well, I could make a case now for the worst of but this right here, because say what you want, Jeffrey Dahmer and them know better than to be talking like this. You do not have an hour and a half footage of like Jeffrey and them like, yeah, I did that. That's how this is. Like Ted Bundy and them ain't talking to you like that. Like even if they felt that way, they never talk to you as talking. This is horrible. So where we at? He dying, still ain't getting no pussy. So then when you look, they showing him on the dating apps and whatnot. And boy, this sitting down on the floor, he on a stained mattress on the floor, and it's not even, I don't even, like barely a real mattress now. It could even be an air mattress for all I know, but he is on a stained mattress on the literal floor with his whole, listen, you have to show him, I mean whole leg, like leg in the camera, ashy, gross sister, proud family level, ashy. They showing you his toes, he break up everything about him. I mean, he couldn't look stinker, and this is a imagine, do you know how crazy it is to agree to do a documentary and to know the camera crew come in and to be on the floor with your whole heaping leg of ash just stretch out, sprawl out? You cannot put on lotion. If you can't put on lotion for the camera, since I know you don't even have no lotion, you beast. Oh my God. But as he's sitting on his mattress on the ground, staying up mattress, ashy up, he have the nerve, he on the dating apps, he shows you one black woman, and then he just starts telling you that this black woman have 8 children, to like, and start shitting on her 8 kids, 8 this, da. First of all, I sure that innocent black woman, he don't know that woman. Are you sure he just saw a black woman? This everything about him is just a nasty incel, and he just decided, oh, I'm a cause she have a bunch of baby daddies and blah blah blah. Let me tell you something. Even if she have 8 kids, and even if she have them for 8, that's 8 more than ever you, okay? All right? Listen, I don't care if she pop pussy for 8, ain't none was you, okay?
Now that is a motherfucking fact. The fact that she had 8 kids means she could pop that pussy 8 times for somebody else, but nobody wants to pop it back for you. That's a damn shame. You dragging somebody else, but yet you can't own up to your shit. That's sad.
All right? Listen, but he starts talking shit about this woman, talking shit about the black woman. He's sitting there saying all kind of disparaging things. And then all you see when you look at his dating profile, right? Because Michael don't showing you all of this. It's nothing but big white women, which like, fine. But that's all he into, right? So he shows you this regular looking ass white woman. He's like, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Because I want to remind you, this is a big...
I'm sorry, this is gorgeous. Okay, the equivalent of this woman, I'm gonna just show you her twin sister. Okay, just give me a moment. Give me a moment. And like I said, I want this woman right here to be a part of one of my TV shows that I pitched. to NBC Universal. Okay, I ain't gonna tell you which show, but believe me, she's got a very prominent role in this show. Okay, all right, just want y'all to know that. So this is right here. This is Oriani's twin sister, Precious Lee. Okay, all right. Now, for some of you gonna say, well, you would love to be a menage a trois, have both of them as your wife. Shut the fuck up. I mean, if I can have her and this fine woman, both of them being my wife. Hallelujah. Oh, you want that black fire woman fire. Oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, fire. Damn right. But I believe that you should be with one woman, because one woman is more than enough. 2? The only way I do 2 is if I get buy one, get one free. If I get 2 different schools of ice cream, or if I get 2 drinks at a bar. Okay? All right, moving on.
Stinking Trumper ass. I feel like normally when someone is like a black person who hates black people, I would draw some attention to that. But when they're just feels secondary, tertiary even. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at that point, I don't really need your racial solidarity. We as black people don't need you, so I don't have a problem with that. You go ahead and be a you put on your MAGA hat, you get on the floor, lay on your mattress on the floor, don't lotion your leg, find your way, do whatever you want to do. Because at the end of the day, them white ladies don't want it neither. Just tell me why. When your next look, Michael, and he putting the text under the screen, it's dead funny. He's like, EDP actually got a girlfriend. Out comes this white lady. Like, I don't want to bully this lady, but also she was voluntarily dating a so I do kind of want to bully this lady, but I won't. Well, no, I won't. I can't bully her harder than life clearly has, because what the are you doing? Dating EDP. But even that, he starts telling you all how he let a woman, he's so trip over the woman they've been dating for a whole year. They on the couch just being themselves. Lord. And he telling you all about her, and she telling you, she can get up on the camera and tell you, they ask her, do you think EDP would talk to, children, underage children? And she starts telling us, no, I don't believe the EDP that I'm dating, I don't believe he would do that. And it's like, what the f are you talking about? What do you mean you don't believe he would do? I don't understand why people just ask people, like, that's like asking somebody whether or not they believe the sky is blue. Who the f gave a f with this crazy nut bitch say, the sky is blue, and then right there telling you the sky is blue? Like, what do you mean? This is a whole documentary. He's voluntarily participating in this documentary, telling them the documentary named The Sick Mind of EDP. And EDP is sitting there voluntarily telling you all about his sick ass mind. And she can say, no, not the EDP I date. Girl, yes, that EDP. What are you talking about? Like, my thing is, if you're gonna date a whatever, I guess. But if you're gonna date him, why are you pretending like that's not what he is? As when he himself isn't pretending that's what he is. That is what the he is. But anyway, she tell him that. And then when you look quick as that, Michael decides to ask her, like, oh, how's the sex? Let me tell you, she goes from a fervent EDP dick rider in no uncertain terms to the minute they ask how the sex is, this gal starts stuttering. And then when you look, she say she's refused to have sex with EDP. Lord. So, and I just like, I don't even understand, like, what's the, like, I understand why one wouldn't want to EDP.
I know. Okay. It's too much. It's really big.
We coming. Oh, we coming.
Shout out to Coach Prime.
You ain't got to explain to me why you don't want to EDP. What you do have to explain to me is why you dating EDP for a year, period. You obviously know something we know. You can understand what we know, and understand why you don't want EDP. So why are you there, lady?
What was the reason? What was the reason?
And like, ciao. But she do all that caping and dick riding for EDP, only for him to spin around and dump her because she wouldn't grind him. And just like the wicked incel he was, they had just shown him in the documentary when they was together. He loved her. He's there. She loved. You see him all over, dead happy. This and next, and he was with the woman for a year. But because she wouldn't him, as soon as they break up, and he had a documentary like she was annoying as I hated her. She was annoying. I didn't like nothing about her, insulting. And I was like, this is the problem with this. Is why you can't even feel bad for like this. I'm telling you, you cannot feel bad for him. He's the absolute mother worst. And then I trying to think, anything else? Oh Lord, and then I forget. Jesus Christ. While we on the topic of sick who will stand by weirdos, they say EDP ain't got many friends. All his friends blocked him after they found he was except one who they come and bring. And he, listen to me, this man had must see less than a full minute of screen time. And that minute was all he needed. That minute was all the police needed to have grounds to get themselves a search warrant, because they need to lock that up. In reference to like, oh, EDP having sexual conversations with minors, he was like, who of us hasn't said inappropriate things to people before? Who of us hasn't what? And then they start talking about how EDP loves the children. I said, Lord Jesus Christ, where this going? They like, oh, would you let your children be around EDP? So you tell me, oh Lord Jesus. They was like, would you let your children be around EDP? And he was like, yes, absolutely. He's like, there's nothing wrong with him. I let my children be around him. And then when you next look, this brings his little girl, a little black girl, over to the house of EDP. And when you next look, can I say, Michael, I know you're wrong for this. He ain't as wrong as the who allowing this, like his child to be there and all of this. But they start showing you a series of pictures of EDP with little girls. Yes. Like, who are these people in his life that are letting this big, nasty touch their little ass, hold their little ass girls? He started talking about making, like, tickling them and girl, oh my God, all kind of sick shit. They literally had this little girl next to them on the floor of the documentary, and she's so uncomfortable. He in front of her, he on a mat. Jesus Christ. You know what it is to be a little girl on a mattress on the floor with a 500-pound already have you on the floor? Ain't it with a go? Do you realize that in that this? Imagine Snorlax try to you. What you could do to get Snorlax off you? Imagine Snorlax already have you on the ground. What the you could do? They have this big nasty next to this little girl, and he's saying all kind of crass, nasty shit in front of the little girl, and you could tell the little child uncomfortable. She doesn't speak. When he talks to her, like, they have her face blurred, but her body language is clear regardless, and she doesn't answer him. I say, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Listen to me good. They ain't never been in that needed to be in jail more than this. Throw him under the jail. You throw him under it. And y'all have to go watch that. Just go watch that. That's some wild shit, okay? Y'all know your girl has merch, right? That's right. The Allure Naughtyverse has merch, so you can rep your favorite channel. Whether you're an Allure Naughty pop girl like myself, an Olay and chill enthusiast like my baby sister, an Olay and friend stan like all my friends, somebody who likes to scream with me on Allure Naughty Bites, or somebody who locks in for a 2-hour Allure Naughty production, we've got something for you. We've got mugs, shirts.
First of all, gorgeous! You see the blue air? Listen, I will be a poor, unfortunate soul for this one, man. Jesus, take my voice, damn it. Take it. Moving.
And hats. It's all very cute because Cartoon Me is adorable. Shout out to Toonrific Tariq for being the man behind her. And to my pop watchers in particular, please know that you wore me down, and I finally gave y'all a Shoot Me With Your Big Gun merch that y'all kept begging for. Look how cute your Shoot Me With Your Big Gun merch is. Oh my God, to be an Allure Naughty pop girly. But I genuinely love my merch. Not just because it's mine, but because I ordered everything myself before showing it to y'all so I could make sure the quality was good, because I could not have y'all spending y'all hard-earned money on garbage, which is why I am pleased to report that I have a cupboard full of the most beautiful glossy mugs and a drawer full of the comfiest Allure Naughty shirts. So if you've ever wanted to support the channel or rep your favorite corner of the Allure Naughtyverse, or just walk around with my cartoon face on your chest like a true fan, check out the merch store linked in the description below, or go to allurenaughty-shop.fourthwall.com to make sure you get your Allure Naughty merch. Again, that's allurenaughty-shop.fourthwall.com, or click the link in the description below, or use the QR code on screen to run me your money today. If you enjoyed the video you just watched,
y'all saw that, right? Okay, we're just gonna play this so we can.
I'm a bigger frame shape kind of person, so these are definitely gonna be a go-to for me. It's kind of like a
congratulations.
Jesus!
You've officially won wandered into the Illuminativerse. Now, before you get overwhelmed, let me explain where exactly you've landed, because apparently one YouTube channel was not enough for me. If you're looking for my biggest productions, the kinds of videos that require me to disappear into a cave for 6 weeks and emerge with an existential crisis, subscribe to Illuminati, my flagship channel, where you'll find my magnum opuses like If Pretty is a Privilege, Ugly is a Curse, How This Didn't Age Well Destroyed Media Literacy, How Men Become Aziz Ansari, Why Serial Killers Aren't Monsters, and so much more. If you're here because you love television, movies, and hearing me explain why everybody misunderstood your favorite character, subscribe to Illuminati Pop, my TV and film essay channel. That's where you'll find fun deep dives on How I Met Your Mother, Sex and the City, Desperate Housewives, You, Euphoria, Insecure, Girlfriends, and more. And if you'd like to watch my videos uncensored, get early access, and support the channel directly, just join the Illuminati Pop Patreon. If you are looking for chaos and a good time, subscribe to Ole and Chill, where I unpack reality TV, TikTok drama, documentaries, chaos and internet, and whatever nonsense the internet has picked up this week. If you'd like to watch me and some of my favorite Black creators and thinkers come together to discuss the culture, subscribe to Ole and Friends. If you're looking for shorter commentary on whatever the internet is currently spiraling about or whatever's on my mind, subscribe to Illuminati Bite. If you want to watch me and my bitch Kenny JD laugh, overshare, talk a little shit, and unpack the messiness of life, love, and the internet, and whatever foolishness we watching, subscribe to Ole and Kenny. If politics is more your thing and where you know me from, subscribe to Illuminati Politics for my State of the Union like addresses on O Squared. And if music is your thing and you want to hear what I think about the latest albums and what I'm getting into, subscribe to Illuminati Extras. Subscribe to whichever corners of the Illuminativerse speak to you, or subscribe to all of them and become a full-time resident. And while you're at it, you can follow me everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Twitter at Illuminati. You can also follow Illuminati Pop and Ole and Chill and Ole and Friends on social media so you never miss a thing. Welcome again to the Illuminativerse. Now go look around a little bit. Make yourself at home.
And she is the wifey, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so come on, you see the face card. So now that you're all caught up with EDP 445, there's just one more thing we gotta talk about. Okay, just one more thing. Just one more thing. Okay. So, yes, I know about the Disney news, child. Why do this after D23? We'll get to that another time, but let's get into this. Proof Point actress Raquel Lee's negligence suit claims Disney knew nothing about onset grapes and did nothing. Not safe for children, okay? So, Mark Curry, Don Lewis, Raquel Lee, Taj Mari. So this is Raquel Lee right here, okay, everybody? Here we go. The Proof Point star Raquel Lee claims in a extremely graphic negligence suit against the Walt Disney Company that she was repeatedly raped, sexually assaulted, sexually abused, and sexually harassed on the Utah set of the 2001 movie when she was 14 years old. The House of Mouse knew about it and did nothing to stop the violence. The Quiet on Set, the Dark Side Kids TV participant says, John Doe, Mr. Doe, was an on-set adult middle-aged male employee who was involved in the filming of the movie, states the August 21st filing in Los Angeles Superior Court now, on behalf of Lee, rather. Now, Raquel Lee Bolu, with intentional vagueness about the alleged predator. So I'm guessing she is now married. Mr. Doe's sexual abuse of Miss Bolu. Oh, okay, she's not married then. Never mind. I guess that's her full name. Was apparent to the adults on Disney's set. Defendant Disney repeatedly felt Miss Bolu. Disney facilitated to see it. Mr. Doe's severe sexual abuse of Miss Bolu. Disney set was not safe for children. The unspecified money judgment seeking complaint from New York City-based Wigdor LLP says regarding what Lee faced on the Disney Channel film starring Mark Curry and directed by Neil Israel. Let's continue on here. Proof Point, which is centered on a case of kooky contract scientists with hanging Mr. Kookie's Curry and Don Lewis and their kids Lee and Taj Mari, right? debuted on September 14th, 2001. Claiming the visibly disheveled teen was also at the receiving end of tirades from Disney executives at the time of her performance. The filing strategically invokes the much accused, much convicted, and incarcerated Harvey Weinstein, among others, with the ex-Miramax kingpin in mind, and also the Weinstein Company kingpin in mind. Now, the nearly 4-year-old actress filing adds, this is not the first time Disney has enabled a sexual predator to target vulnerable victims. Disney has a long-standing horrifying history of protecting sexual abusers that began well before 2001, continued after 2001. Disney has caused irreparable and devastating harm and must be held accountable. The action claims the defendant failed to use reasonable care in investigating circumstances on set and did nothing to reasonably investigate, supervise, or monitor and or terminate Mr. Doe to ensure the safety of child actors. Contacted by Deadline on Sunday, Disney had no comment on the suit or the accusations within it. That's not surprising. Even so, even more so with the amount of time that has passed since the alleged incidents and people involved who are no longer at Disney. In terms of the situation, specific timeline, the first Josh Tomorrow led Disney heard about the Tori case was in June. So said that's when Doug Windor and Jane Kim approached Disney in the hopes of selling it out of court. Clearly, the parties couldn't reach a satisfactory deal. What is also clear is that while Disney may or may not have first heard about the horrors Lee went through 2001 just a few months ago, this past week's claim action is not the first time the actress has engaged lawyers about the fallout for Proofpoint. Deadline has learned that in 2015, a Gloria Allred representative Lee negotiated a confidential settlement for a small amount of money with a male who worked in the film. That the male in question was represented by a venerable partner, William Biggs II. Allred had no comment on settlement or anything to do with it. When contacted by Deadline, Biggs did not respond to Deadline's request for comment. Details of the previous settlement and the exact sum payout are under lock and key, hence likely the John Doe in the new civil complaint. However, the president already well known for her work with SA survivors could be an indication of the nature of the 2015 case. As for this latest action, the law has changed in Lee's favor, whereas in the past it would have long exhausted the statute of limitations, but under a 2020 California measure, survivors of childhood sexual abuse have now up to their 40th birthday to file a civil claim. A 2023 addition to that 2020 law removed any statute of limitations for civil claims of childhood sexual assault survivors that occurred on or after January 1st, 2024. Under the law as it stands, a plaintiff can claim triple actual damages if it is proven a company like Disney institution or persons were aware of the assault and abuse and chose to conceal what was happening. State of affairs is that a state of affairs that is precisely what we are saying Disney did in her case on Proofpoint. It is worth noting that former Real Housewives of former Real Husbands of Hollywood regular Baru has worked with Disney on several occasions since Proofpoint. She did a voiceover on Disney Plus's 2022 revival series, Proud Family Louder and Prouder, after being in the voice cast of the original animated series from 2001 to 2005. Balu's attorneys did not comment today on the 2015 settlement, but they were not silent about what they found over the weekend. Over the last decade, countless child actors have come forward to bravely share their experiences of abuse by adults in entertainment, said with Tori and Kim. As former government prosecutors, our message to the entertainment industry is simple. This conduct is inexcusable, and those involved directly or indirectly must be held accountable. So, just wanted to let you guys know about that, because when I saw that, okay, after we got off of being on tour together this morning, I'm like, okay, I have to redo the show this morning. I have to redo this morning show and add this, and also too, I really want this to be the show. I had an eye exam. It didn't take too long, but still, I wanted to make sure that you guys got a full show. So with that being said, that is the show. Thank you all for being here. Like I said, people are supposed to connect with Disney, and nobody should be getting in with kids EDP 445. And like I said, the cuts that are not seen should be heard out loud. All right. So one love, much love, all love. I feel the love is sitting right back to you. Give me a little bit. I'm gonna rest for a little bit, and then I'm gonna watch part 3. I'm gonna try to give that to y'all not tonight at 6. Then, if I can, 8:30, we're gonna talk about Patti LaBelle's nephew. Because what the fuck is wrong with you? We got a lot to talk about, okay, over here on this channel. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love and send it right back to you, by everybody. And by the way, my take on this story is that child stars, they carry a lot of pain that that fame covers up. And just because you have access to cope better than others doesn't mean that the pain is not real. And I hope that Raquel Lee gets everything that she wants out of this. And this is her story. We cannot tell her how to feel. Amen. 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 All right, bye. All right, bye. Let me go. Bye. Peace.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now, they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
What geese?
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready.
Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good. Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary. Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.
Power 923 Jams and the Arkansas Minority Health Commission encourages you to take the COVID-19 vaccine to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Involved in our community, the People Station, Power 923 Jams. KIPR Pine Bluff, Little Rock, KFOG, Little Rock, a Cumulus Media Station. And now, back to the jams. Hip-hop. Drake.
Girls want girls where I'm from. Yeah, well, girls want girls where
R&B. J. Howell.
Just cause I love you and you love me.
And now, bumping back-to-back continuous music with another fresh new jam. Heard here first on the People Station, Power 923 Jams.
By the way, this goes out to EDP 445, Milagro Scams, Toss Away K, Always a Loser, Poetic Flacco, DL Whisperer, and the resties. That's going to review that show September 12th and going to complain about the hellhole that you put yourself in and everybody in between. This is for y'all.
They're about to drag. They're about to drag you. They're about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. Oh, they're about to drag you. They're about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. Screenshots say whole thread on fire. You type too quick, now they all inspired. Refresh, reload, naming every line. You hit send once, now you're trending right. They about to drag you. They about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. Oh, yeah. They about to drag you. They about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. Laugh, reacts, flood. Every clap on beat. One wrong word. Now they quote your tweet. Say you did too much. Say you're not that guy. You can log on now, but receipts don't die. They about to drag you. They about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. They about to drag you. They about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments.
That goes for all of you. See y'all later on tonight. Bye.